Oh, hello, Joe. How are you? Did you have a good weekend? It's lovely to see you.
Oh, hello, Michael. Are you all right?
Yes, I'm fine. It's just nice to have someone to talk to.
Has your wife still not allowed you back into the house?
Not yet, no.
But I thought you said you'd pay for the Maserati.
I did. It appears that there's some other thing I need to be punished for.
Well, what's that?
I have no idea. She won't tell me.
Hell, Michael, you're looking rough.
I'm just going through a bit of a difficult patch with the wife, I'm afraid.
But I thought you agreed to buy that waster of a son a car.
Michael's done something else wrong, but Penelope won't tell him what it is.
Oh, for crying out loud. I hate that. Couples who don't communicate properly, especially when there's something important that needs to be said.
Really?
Yes, you need to speak your mind. Get things out in the open.
Oh, all right.
Morning all. Good grief, Mikey. You look like you've gone a few rounds with George Foreman.
Can you make toast with a George Foreman?
Not that sort of round. George Foreman was a boxer. Michael's in the doghouse, Patrick.
Oh, good Lord. I thought it was bad enough Penelope confining you to the annex, but to stick you in the kennel, well, that's just abuse.
No, not literally, Patrick.
Oh, you appear to have lost your wimple, old girl.
Sadly, I decided not to take my final vows, Patrick. I didn't realise this, but apparently the chastity thing is for life. I mean to say, I'm a young woman.
Well, I did wonder how you're going to manage that one.
What's wrong with you, Michael?
Oh, still in no man's land, I'm afraid, Tabby. Penelope and the cockapoo have run of the main house, and I'm still in the annex.
Is the dog in the house because you're in the kennel?
Again, Patrick, not a real kennel.
And he doesn't know why she won't let him back in because he's buying the car for Sebastian. But apparently there's something else he's done wrong, although she won't tell him what it is.
Oh, dear. I wonder what that could be.
Look, as fascinating as all this is, can we please get on with the meeting? Got some 2x4 being delivered soon. I want to get on with building my bookcase.
Of course, the meeting. Well, Patrick, it appears that your disastrous appearance on the BBC wasn't as disastrous as it first appeared. Well, not for you anyway.
Oh, what do you mean, old chap?
Well, Joanna Carr, the head of BBC Current Affairs, has been on the phone, and they want to offer you a political commentary series.
Are you being serious?
They're going to call it Drunk Man Talking, and each week you get to interview politicians in the news, but whilst intoxicated.
That's cool.
It will be like the Andrew Marr show, only pickled.
Well, as long as they supply the booze, dear boy.
Oh, I'm sure they will.
If this is what Britain is coming to, I think I'll emigrate.
But what are you doing in my meeting?
Do I have to push any more buttons, Deirdre? Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. What are you doing in my meeting?
Well, Penelope told me the secret password was imbeciles 100%. I need to have a chat with you.
No, not now, Clifford. I'm in the middle of a task force meeting.
Dressed like that? I don't think so. And you can't tell me that this lot are employed by the civil service in any capacity other than, well, general maintenance and heavy lifting, I should imagine.
How very dare you? I'll have you know that I am Patrick Miller from The Guardian.
Good Lord, man, you're inebriated at 11:30 in the morning.
Oh, well spotted, sir. I can see why you're an archdeacon.
Oh, this is the criminal mastermind.
What did that silly little twerp just say?
I am not silly.
Well,
Look, what do you want, Clifford? Look, if I answer your question, will you just go away so that I can get on with my meeting?
Oh, absolutely. I don't want to spend any longer conversing with you than I have to.
Is that all right with everybody else?
it's fine by me. This is getting quite interesting. I might get some popcorn.
Salty or sweet?
No, I use it as a figure of speech.
I think I'll grab myself another.
Clifford, fire away.
Good. Well, Penelope has told me all about your nasty little infidelities with that grubby slapper from the office.
What grubby slapper?
You!
What? I am not a grubby slapper.
That's not what it says on the gents' toilets on the 3rd floor.
Good Lord, is that her? I thought you'd have at least gone for someone younger.
Any more insults you'd like to sling at me?
Oh, give me time. I'm just warming up.
Look, please, make your point, Clifford.
Obviously, Penelope wants a divorce, but she also wants the house.
But I inherited this house from my parents.
Plus the holiday home in Burgundy and the Mercedes.
I'd be left with nothing.
Oh, she said you can keep the pressure washer.
I won't agree to this.
I would, Michael. Pressure washers are really useful. I use ours to wash Mummy's emergency commode.
You'll have no choice, Michael. If you don't agree to the terms of the divorce, I shall go straight to Mark Sedwell, whose father I incidentally play bridge with, and tell him all about your extracurricular activities.
Who's Mark Sedwell?
He's the cabinet secretary, you idiot.
Oh, he's quite important then.
And once the details are put before him, I'm sure it will be the end of yours and Miss Archer's careers in the civil service.
Oh, I don't mind. I'm leaving the civil service to launch a career as a lifestyle guru and motivational speaker. I already have a blog. You can find it at rawmyraw.blogspot.com.
I take it you wouldn't want your name plastered all over the seedy tabloids then? Not the sort of raw you'd want to, raw?
Hang on a minute. This sounds an awful lot like blackmail to me. Not what I'd expect from a man of the cloth.
Yes, she's right. You can't blackmail me.
Au contraire, Michael. I can, and I just did. Now, Penelope will file for divorce, and you will allow her to keep the house, the holiday home, and the Mercedes.
What about Neville Chamberlain?
I'm hoping that's the dog.
Penelope gets him too.
You seem to be backed into a corner, old chap.
The sooner Penelope can go back to her maiden name, the better. Although for some reason she's talking about taking her mother's maiden name. Sounds more aristocratic, apparently.
Penelope Beecham Romilly?
Beecham Romilly? Now, why do I know that name?
With you, there's generally only one way.
Was that your good lady you were talking to when you joined the call, old man?
Pardon?
You were asking someone about how to work the computer thingy. Was that your lovely lady wife?
Well, yes, it was. Why?
Am I correct in my recollection that you refer to her as Deirdre?
Well, of course I refer to her as Deirdre. That's her name.
Deirdre Beecham Romilly. Now, there's a blast from the past.
Honestly, Patrick, how many women have you had? No, seriously, how many? I want to know all the details.
I ask how you are acquainted with my wife.
Oh, this should be good.
Well, a number of years ago, when I was a junior reporter on the Times, I got caught in flagrante with an exotic dancer and a beetroot.
Oh, I've changed my mind. I don't want to know the details.
It was straight off the back of a rather tricky court case I got involved in, so I was jolly grateful that Carlton Richards kept it all quiet for me.
I have a funny feeling I know where this is leading.
I shall never forget the name of that exotic dancer, Deirdre Beecham Romilly.
I'm sure there must be another Deirdre Beecham Romilly.
No, I don't think so. It's a fairly unusual name.
And I seem to remember the rumours were that a young cleric had started to sniff around her not long after my root vegetable incident.
Well, you see, people can change.
You told me that Deirdre was the secretary in the diocesan office when you met her.
Oh, sounds like that was a career change from exotic dancer. Maybe Clifford got her the job in the diocesan office to make her respectable enough to be the girlfriend of a young cleric.
Now listen here.
Oh, what a tabloid scoop that would be. Popular archdeacon and his stripper bride. You'd want to keep that one quiet, Clifford.
How dare you speak to me like that?
I'll speak to you however I want, you nasty little hypocrite. Seems to me that your son-in-law currently holds all the cards.
What? Do I?
Of course you do. Tell Reverend Soho here you won't be handing everything over to your wife and you're going to court for a fair divorce settlement. Otherwise, you'll go to the press about his sordid little past.
Yes. Whatever she said.
Now, tell him to get out your meeting, Michael.
What?
Tell the snivelling little blackmailer to sod off.
Yes, absolutely. Yes. Sod off, Clifford.
Well, Michael, I never thought you capable of such malice and extortion. You go far in government.
Oh, well, thank you, Clifford. For what I think was a backhanded compliment.
Oh, well done, Michael. That was terribly masterful.
Oh, yes, Michael. I'm proud of you. You really stood up to him.
You're so right, Janice, as always.
You can't let old duffers like that bully you, old boy.
What have I done? Penelope's going to make my life hell now.
It'll be all right. You just need to get a good divorce lawyer. I'll give you the number of the chap who handled my third divorce. I came out of it rather well.
Did you get the pressure washer too?
You'll be fine, Michael. Just think of this as the first day of the rest of your life. Read my latest post on rawmyraw.blogspot.com. I think it will help you immensely.
I'm doomed.
Look, why don't you just concentrate on the meeting? Take your mind off things. Is there anything on the agenda we need to discuss?
Yes. I wanted us to talk about the ongoing confusion caused by the differences in approach between England and the devolved nations.
Janice, what's a dissolved nation?
You do realise we can all hear you.
No, it's devolved, not dissolved. It just means Wales, Scotland and Northern Ireland. They've got their own governments.
Have they?
The minister had the idea that we should go on their national radio channels to clear up the confusion. And I thought, well, we'll start in Wales.
I knew a girl from Aberkenfig once.
Yes, I'm sure you did, Patrick. Anyway, Janice, do you have a connection with current affairs programming on Welsh radio?
No, not really. My Uncle Tegwin was a sound technician on Radio Cymru, but he got sacked for playing God Save the Queen instead of my Hen Wharf and Adai at the end of the programme once, and we haven't heard from him since.
No, didn't understand a word of that.
My friend Tundi does promotional graphics work for the radio station in Wales. We were at university together.
Which radio station? We don't want one of those run out of someone's shed in the valleys.
No, it's a proper one in Cardiff. I can ask him.
Well, all right. But make sure it's a national current affairs programme and not something to do with your ridiculous arcade games. Look, see if someone can join us at the next Zoom call.
Arcade games? You're so funny, Michael.
Who's going to do it this time?
I will. I'm not trusting any of you lot after our previous experiences. Well, anyway, if that's it, I'm off to lie down in a dark room and allow my entire life to flash before my eyes. I'll see you all at the next meeting.
Will he be all right?
Oh, eventually. Men take longer to bounce back after romance-related trauma. I've written an article about it on my blog. In fact, I've got a jolly good idea for an article on emotional blackmail. I'd better go and write it.
I'm going to find the number for that lawyer. Although I better check he hasn't been struck off first. I seem to remember a small indiscretion with a juror. Or was that me?
Janice?
Yes?
So it's really important for people to say how they feel.
Of course it is. The world's complicated enough without people keeping important things hidden.
You're right. You're absolutely right. So I'm going to be brave and just come out and say this. Janice, I love you. Oh, Janice, you've gone.
Good morning, Tabitha.
Good morning, Patrick. Oh, Joe? Oh, did you arrange for your radio contact to join us?
Yes, Tunde gave him the link, so he should be with us soon.
Oh, hi, everyone. Has anyone heard from Michael? Was he all right after the last meeting?
I haven't heard a peep, old girl.
Oh, well, he's joining us now.
Ah, Michael. There you are.
Oh, good morning. Oh, good to see you.
Are you all right, old boy?
Oh, I'm fine, thank you. Yes. Now, can I introduce to you Mr. Winslow Teddington? I found him in a box in the attic. He was my teddy bear when I was a boy.
And is he planning to make a major contribution to this meeting?
Oh, I'm not sure.
Well, you just make sure he raises his little hand when he wants to speak.
Oh, yes, I will. I will.
Are you going to start the meeting, Michael?
What? Oh, yes, sorry. Sorry. Weren't we supposed to be having the Radio Wales chappie joining us today?
He's just in the waiting room. Will I let him in?
Oh, yes, please. Yeah. Oh, what's his name?
It's Keith Milward.
And he's the producer of their current affairs program, yes?
No, apparently he's the presenter.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, excellent. Yes. Well, no, let him in. Yes. Mr. Milward, good morning.
Well, hello there.
I'm Michael Montgomery, and I lead the team. Welcome.
I'm pleased to meet you, Michael.
This is Janice, Patrick, Tabitha, and Jojo.
And who's the small, furry member of the team?
Does he mean me?
No, I think he's referring to the teddy bear.
Oh, no. This is just, right, okay. Anyway, shall we get on with the meeting?
Yes, please.
So, you're probably aware that we would like a slot on your radio show to promote the current guidelines.
That's what it's called, is it? The current guidelines.
Yes.
Catchy title. And have you been working on it for long?
Oh, feels like a lifetime, old boy.
Just since the start of lockdown.
Like I said, a lifetime.
And you're the director, are you, Michael?
Yes, that's right. Yes, I am director of this task force.
Task force? Oh, I like that.
Yes. Well, it was put together at very short notice, but we've all been working jolly hard, you know.
Well, a big round of applause to you all.
Right. Thank you.
And who is the author of the current guidelines?
Well, various members of Cobra.
Is that some sort of a writers' collaborative?
Look, basically, all we need is to clarify for your listeners is the difference between what's being presented in England and what's being presented in the rest of the UK.
So you're presenting a slightly different version in England?
Well, you say different, I say stupid.
Yes, are you not aware of what's happening in England? I mean, I know the Welsh have always considered themselves as very separate to the English, but I thought a current affairs program would be up to speed on what's happening the other side of the Severn.
The Severn what?
Dwarves, idiot.
What current affairs program?
Your current affairs program.
My current affairs program?
Yes, your current affairs program.
Anyone else think that this is another one of Joe's monumental cock-ups?
Can I just clarify something? Are you or are you not a musical theatre company called the New Subordination Venture?
No, we are not. We are a government task force called the News Co-ordination Centre.
Yep, we are now pulling into Cock-Up Central.
So you don't want to come on my radio show to promote a new musical called The Current Guidelines?
No, we don't.
So what type of radio program do you present, old boy?
Well, it's called On Stage. It reports on the theatre scene in Cardiff and surrounding areas. It's very diverse. I cover professional, amateur, musicals, plays, concerts.
So, not current affairs.
Unless you're referring to the backstage shenanigans of some of the actors.
So, what exactly did you say to your friend Tunde, Joe?
Well, see now, I didn't actually talk to him.
Oh, God.
He was out when I rang, so I spoke to his grandma.
Would I be correct in surmising that the old girl is slightly deaf?
Yes. As a matter of fact, I had to repeat myself over and over.
I think I've spotted the problem here, Mikey.
Yeah, the problem is Joe's an idiot. We repeatedly have evidence of that fact.
So why do you keep him on?
His father
knows the minister.
I ask if your radio show is on Radio Wales?
No, Radio Cardiff, 98.7 FM.
Oh, what day?
Tuesday, 1:30 to 3 p.m.
So it's Radio Cardiff, 98.7 FM, Tuesdays, 1:30 till 3 p.m. On stage with Keith Milward. Thanks.
I don't suppose you know anyone in Radio Wales, do you?
Absolutely not.
Couldn't we go there anyway, old boy? Keith seems like a perfectly decent fellow.
Oh, I'm not sure. I don't really know much about musicals.
If I might interject.
Oh, heaven help us.
I have been known to perform the odd show tune now and then.
Very odd, I'm sure.
Nothing is so good it lasts eternally. Perfect situations must go wrong.
Oh, God, this is going wrong very quickly.
But this has never yet prevented me wanting far too much for far too long.
Someone prevent her from singing. Quickly!
Looking back, I could have played it differently. Learned about the man before I fell.
Oh, hell, I know where this is going.
But it took time to understand the man. Now at least I know him well. Come on, Joe, you be the Dixon to my page. Wasn't it good?
Oh, so good.
Wasn't he fine?
Oh, so fine.
Isn't it madness?
She can't be mine. Oh, Janice, I love you. I've been trying to tell you for ages. But I've been too shy. You must have picked up on it because you told me that it was important for people to say how they feel. And this is how I feel.
Oh.
Do you want me to leave?
Stay! I haven't finished my audition.
It's very flattering, Joe, but I'm gay.
But Patrick said you were bisexual.
No, I am not, Patrick. How on earth did you come to that conclusion?
Everyone's bisexual these days. Oh. Just me then.
Oh no, I've just made a fool of myself, haven't I?
I wouldn't worry about it, Joe. We may not all be bisexual, but we've all made fools of ourselves at one time or another.
I think I'd better go. See if Mummy would make me a sausage sandwich to make me feel better.
That's not as bad as it sounds, Keith.
Goodbye, everyone. Janice.
I'm sorry you had to witness that, Keith. It's been a very tense few weeks, and we've spent rather a lot of time with each other. Relationships are becoming strained.
You don't need to apologize, Michael. Maybe we could cheer ourselves up with some jazz hands.
No, I don't think so. I'm going to, I'm not sure, really. There's not much to do in this annex. Maybe I'll count the pasta shells again.
If you don't mind, I think I'll take myself off as well. Got a few things to think about. It's nice to meet you, Keith.
To be honest, I feel a bit awkward.
Well, I'm not surprised, Patrick.
Well, I've only just realised I put soda water in this gin instead of tonic. What must you think of me?
And I thought you meant...
I shall go and rectify that immediately. Wonderful to meet you, Keith, old chap. All the best with your radio show.
Well, that was a bit of a drama. Are your meetings always like this?
More or less. So, can I come on your programme? I once did an amazing performance as Mrs. Potiphar in Joseph with the Orpington Light Drama Society.
OLDS, olds.
And my Velma Kelly is legendary.
Oh, why not?
Oh, marvellous. Jazz hands! Michael, are you going to chair this meeting?
Oh, I do. Well, let me ask Mr. Winslow Teddington. Mr. Winslow Teddington says that he will chair the meeting through me.
Excellent. We are indebted to Mr. Winslow Teddington, I'm sure.
How can a teddy do that?
He can't, you fool. Michael's just gone a little strange.
So, what's the first item on the agenda?
Well, we are 3 months into lockdown, so I think this would be a good point to review our progress today.
Oh, well, that won't take long. There hasn't been any.
I'm getting my own television show.
You do seem to be the only one who's done quite well out of this.
I've just got a broken heart.
I suppose what we ought to consider is whether any of our public education messages have had the desired effect.
Well, let's look at it like this. So, we told them to wash their hands, and what did they do?
They bought up supplies of surgical gloves, they didn't wear them properly, and just kept littering supermarket car parks with them.
We told them to social distance, and what did they do?
They had huge street parties for VE Day and crowded into cities to protest lockdown.
And we told them not to buy up supplies of face masks because the key workers needed them. And of course,
Bought loads of them, wore them constantly, and thought it would allow them not to have to socially distance.
Still, I've got a television show!
Yes, Patrick, you have a TV show.
Why on earth weren't we more effective?
Well, we wasted our chances on youth television because my bone-idle son purposely chose Joe so that he could make a complete idiot out of him.
Maybe not a complete idiot, just a partial idiot.
We were a mockery on the news because Betty Ford here couldn't string a sentence together.
Still?
Damn yes, we know about the bloody TV programme. And then, even Janice, our best chance of some sensible advice, turned into a gibbering wreck under the studio lights.
I don't know what came over me.
Oh, and of course, there was that nonsense with the website when the Russians messed up the facts and myths section.
Feels like it's all been stacked against us, as if some malign force has been deliberately trying to sabotage our efforts.
Ah, the old gremlins. They've haunted my every step.
Maybe something has been working against us.
No, don't be silly, Joe. Our work is protected by top-level government security. No outside agency can penetrate it.
What about an inside agency?
I don't follow, old boy.
What if it was an inside job?
Are you saying we've got a mole?
A fuzzy animal mole or a brown spot on your skin mole?
Neither, you fool. He means a spy.
Oh, right. Yes, that's exactly what I'm saying.
Now, Joe's just being a buffoon again.
No, I am not, Janice. Or should I say, Yana?
Sorry,
It's Russian for Janice.
but I'm not Russian. I was born in Swansea.
But your family are Russian.
No, my father's parents were Russian immigrants, but I was christened Janice. Just Janice.
But you do make regular phone calls to Russia.
Yes, to talk to my cousin Dmitri.
And your bosses at the Russian Secret Service.
This is correct, Joe. Then we've got a major problem here.
Of course it's not correct. I don't work for the Russian Secret Service. I work for Public Health. Very different logos, although possibly quite similar HR department.
Whilst examining the phone records from Janice's mobile phone,
What? Why are you looking at my phone records?
Tabitha told me to.
I did not. I told you to Google Janice's name to find out what she was interested in.
So I accessed her phone records because I thought that would help.
I don't understand any of this. And neither does Mr. Winslow Teddington.
In her phone records, I found regular calls to a Russian number, identified as a C, then a sort of a pi sign, and then a Y, followed by what looks like an asterisk.
Okay, look, that's enough.
And C, pi, Y, asterisk, and then there are some other letters that spell sluz.
Sluzba. Yes, the first four letters of Sluzba are S-L-U-Z. The Russian Foreign Intelligence Service is Sluzba Neshny Rozhetki.
I rest my case.
But S-L-O-Z are also the first letters of Slutka Grupa Takni, the Slut Talk Tissue Group.
A likely story.
No, honestly. My cousin Dmitri Kolosov is one of the executive directors of the Slut Talk Tissue Group, one of Russia's main manufacturers of toilet paper.
Are you telling us that the Russian Secret Service make toilet tissue?
It's nothing to do with the Russian Secret Service. Oh, wait. I'll prove it to you. I'll text Dmitri and I'll ask him to join the call.
This meeting isn't going the way I imagined.
Should we be allowing someone from the Russian Secret Service into our Zoom meeting?
Not the Secret Service.
But how do we know that?
Well, he's convinced me.
How do we know he hasn't staged that?
Oh, shut up, Joe, and let the man speak.
So, Dmitri, can you explain to these people who you are?
Привет. I am Dmitri Kolosov, and I'm executive director of Shlushko Kropotachny.
Well, prove it. Tell us something about toilet paper.
I know lots about toilet paper.
Oh, then prove it.
During Soviet era, we only have pink, scratchy bond paper. Now the Russian people want westernized soft paper, and our business grow by 6% per annum.
Sounded a bit like anus.
Shut up, Joe!
The Slustock Tissue Group is a fairly new player in the toilet paper market.
Lead company has been Aziti. Aziti have 20% of the market, but we are coming up behind.
Behind.
I like a good toilet tissue. You can cope with a lot of the nastiness of life as long as you've got a nice, soft toilet tissue.
We are not the only company making quality toilet tissue, though. The market was becoming saturated. So we look to expand into UK. We bought new tissue machine capable of producing 70,000 tons of high-quality sanitary paper. And then Brexit happened.
Yeah.
We needed to do something. Then Janice told me about the British people and their panic for toilet tissue.
What is he talking about?
The panic buying at the start of pandemic. Considering diarrhea isn't a symptom, it was strange how it flew off the shelves so quickly. But I saw an opportunity there.
Mr. Winslow Teddington was in a box in a cupboard full of toilet paper.
Well, I told Dmitri that if the public's response to COVID-19 carried on as it had started, then the British government would come begging to him for toilet paper.
Oh, Mummy had a punch-up with a large gentleman in Waitrose over the last pack of toilet paper. Mummy won. She has an infamous left hook.
So, your Russian connection has been perfectly innocent.
Well, not entirely. I do have a slight confession to make. I did throw the interview on Newsnight, and I did find out some very interesting bits of information about you lot, just in case I needed to bribe you to mess up your own TV appearances. Although, I needn't have bothered, as you lot all did a pretty good job anyway.
What incriminating information?
Well, there was you, and the exotic dancer in the beetroot. There was Michael and Tabitha's affair.
Was there? I can barely remember it.
What about me?
Well, you're just a sad single man living in your mother's basement who's only got a job in the civil service because your father knows the minister.
Mr. Winslow Teddington wants to know why on earth you would want to mess up our public information campaign.
Well, because I thought that if I made sure the sensible messages didn't get out to the public properly, then the panic buying would continue longer. I'm sorry, everyone.
Well, Janice, I have to say I am extremely disappointed.
As is Mr. Winslow Teddington.
Shut up, Michael. Obviously, the correct course of action would be to report you to my superiors for using your position for personal gain.
Well, to be honest, I don't think I made much of an impact. The public seemed to maintain their obsession with toilet paper without any help from me.
Maybe we can make it worth your while.
Are you suggesting that you would bribe representatives of Her Majesty's government to guarantee their silence over foreign interference in UK policy?
Isn't that how it's done?
Of course it is. What's on offer then?
Nie znał się tu direct.
Stoisz win, stoisz продолжен.
Ja?
Nie, bespoke się Breton.
To tu ladno.
Позвольте мне спросить в сети, да?
Da.
Well, Michael, would you like some shares in the company? Even going through the courts, I think Penelope's going to fleece you in the divorce. You could do with some investments.
Mr. Winslow Teddington says, thank you.
And Patrick, what about a year's supply of...
Vodka?
Music to my ears. Thank you, comrade.
Tabitha, I've discussed with Dmitri, and we'd like to offer you a job.
Head of marketing for the UK.
I say, do I get a company car?
Of course.
And not a Skoda? I know they've come up in the world, but still.
Not the Skoda.
Then it's a very grateful yes.
I suppose you don't want to give me anything, Janice. Considering I thought you were a spy and I went through all your private stuff.
I should be very angry with you, Joe Parsons. But you do have a talent we can make use of.
Really?
Will you write and perform a rap to advertise our UK brand Fluffy Cheeks?
An advert?
Yes.
On the telly?
Yes.
One of my raps in an advert on the telly?
Yes, Joe. One of your raps in an advert on the telly.
I'm going to be on the telly!
When I'm cruising through the hood with the purple close behind, there's something really important that I know I gotta find. It ain't no Nike sneakers and it ain't no Gucci bling. It's better than a Porsche or a Cartier ring. I'm talking tissues. So I dropped down to the store, gotta get myself a stash of quilted 4-ply paper that's the softest on your ass. Except no imitations, except no other brand, cause Fluffy Cheeks paper is the dopest in the land. I'm talking tissue. Toilet tissue. Word.